Good morning and welcome to the Daily Wrap from Pepperstone on Monday the 3rd of July 2017. I'm Darren Sinden. Let's take a look at the overnight changes, any price moves that we need to be aware of. Really it was all about weak dollar index and a very strong euro dollar last week. Cable back above 130, but it's all eyes onto the euro really. The yen surprisingly perhaps back above 112. The question might be, why is the yen weakening when the market does appear to have a risk-off flow? Perhaps we'll find out more about that over the course of the week. I'd just like to flag the Aussie dollar as well. Another very creditable performance over the first 6 months of the year, up now by 6.7% against the US dollar. So let's take a look at the calendar. Any events that may move the market today that we should be aware of. And it's been, it will be a relatively quiet day today on the calendar front, but we have got one very key piece of data this afternoon, and that's market PMI and ISM PMI numbers for June from the States. They're out at around 2 o'clock GMT, that's 3 o'clock London time, and I see those two items as being pivotal. We've already seen a slew of weak economic data, and these PMI numbers will be a real clue as to how US manufacturing is performing and whether the US economy is continuing to slow. So, on to any breaking news that's caught my eye. News to be aware of as far as I'm concerned, we had manufacturing data out of China, Japan and South Korea, and all posted positive data. Today the China Caixin, probably the most important of those, moving back into positive territory, though Indonesia slipped back into contraction. So Indonesian manufacturing has slipped back into contraction. Gold ended the quarter around its second week low, so obviously the first day of the second half of 2017 today, quarter end on Friday. So gold at 7-week lows, and Brent crude had the worst 6 months to the end of June that it had for 19 years. So that just gives you a flavour of how commodities are trading. And then something to be aware of later in the week, very important G20 meeting coming up, and lots of political wrangling sure to be taking place either side of that meeting. Okay, whilst on the subject of quarter end, let's have a look at how various asset classes performed over the prior 3 months. One thing that stands out here very clearly is the strong performance of the euro. Palladium also had a particularly good quarter, and even Nasdaq, where the focus has been to the downside, remained 4.34% better over that prior 3 months. Here's gold down about 1.48%. Platinum also weaker, and of course the energy complex, Brent and WTI, both registering the best part 8% falls there. Okay, something to take away for you into the weekend, and then we're staying with oil. And Goldman Sachs has put out a very interesting chart today, which they believe shows that oil prices are now getting to the point where US crude production made by shale will start to slow. So the question we're asking is, are we approaching a pivotal point for US crude oil prices? And if you follow Goldman's view, the answer to that is yes. Just remains for me to say, please take a moment to review the risk disclaimer here. Trading CFDs and FX is a risky business. You trade on margin, so please be aware of that. And if you are in any doubt of the risk, then contact your Pepperstone account executive. Thank you very much, and we look forward to speaking to you tomorrow.